I'm right back where I started from. It was this apartment that I left in the morning, that I went to Arar, and I came right back to it. So in a lot of ways, it feels like it's a curious dream that I can't even say that I did or did not have. Um, anyway, briefly, uh, when I left here, I spent a night in a hotel because I thought it would be easier for them to arrange for a ride for me. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, when I got up, there was nobody coming to get me. And I had to get out into the road and find someone to drive me to the airport. And I was lucky, and I got there and got to Arar, and Bill Frowley and a guy called Abdullah were there, and they both lied to me about the conditions and everything. I stayed at the Al Bustan Hotel, which turned out to be reasonably good. In fact, in a lot of ways, my room, the second room I had, which was 103, was probably one of the best places I've ever lived in my life. It was reasonably comfortable. It was reasonably nice. I had my own shower, my own kitchen, and it's been so long since I've had those privileges that I can hardly tell you. After that, moving to the Alhamdi was not so great. At school, almost instantly the coordinator guy called Haroon decided that he was going to play hard man with me, and I didn't like it, and I thought he was absurd on the things that he found to complain about. So within about a week or so, I had been attacked and publicly accused of racism, physically threatened, and then I was chastised by a child who told me that I was an immature person and I couldn't control a classroom. So I said to him, well, if you don't want me here, you don't want me here. No worries. Like, I'm not going to fight about it. Let's go. Like, pack my shit. I'll go back to Riyadh, without a worry, or whatever it is that they want me to do. I'll do it. After that point, I stopped teaching almost entirely. There was no point. The students are just a bunch of fucking retards, and the idea of even trying with them didn't interest me. So my goal was to try to have as little contact with them as possible, and I did that. And I had lots of puff, and it was good, and it was nice because all I had to do was like a few hours at school, get home, and after I ate, I'd smoke a joint and go to bed, and that was it. I way over smoked it though, and I ran out, and the last part of being there, like the last month or 6 weeks or something, I basically had nothing. One of my students also stole some money from me, and so I had nothing, and I lost money. And then, of course, I start to discover that there is lots there, and it's easy to get, and it's cheap. And then I leave. And now there's nothing here. Well, at least not today. Who knows when, but I don't expect it to be soon. I'm going to have to get fluky lucky. And I'm not so sure that I will get fluky lucky. And now it's fucking Ramadan as well, which is the stupidest time to be here because, you can't eat properly during the day. Anyway, like I say, all I gotta do is get paid this month and get out of here. So, payday is probably about a week from today. Is that right? 22nd? No. A little bit longer. A week and 2 days. So, once that's done, once I'm paid for June, I don't have very much at all that I need to worry about. I presume that they're probably just going to suggest to me that they pay me off and I leave. But I don't think I'll take that option. I mean, with no puff, I will. But I'd rather, obviously, I'm only going to agree to that if I get paid in full and leave. I'm not going to let them take money from me. So I'm sitting here. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be away from Arar. I didn't really like anybody there. As the time wore on, I started to get to know people a little bit better, and it was okay, but I wasn't thrilled. Ace is not answering my emails or texts or anything like that, and I suspect that I won't be in contact with any of them ever again. So that's the way it goes. And I spent from February I think it was the 3rd. I think the 3rd or the 4th I got there, and I left on July the 20th. So 5.5 months. And I tell you what, brother, that was enough. I never, ever, ever want to go back there again.